To feed us, but there is no one to feed us.
These women are protesting again. Seriously, what do they even want?
Exactly. Don't they already have so many laws to protect them?
Quite similar are those farmers protesting. They already have so many schemes launched by the Prime Minister. Why do they keep blocking the roads even now?
I don't think protesters even know what they want. They are just so irritating. They don't even know how many times. They don't know how many times they have blocked the way of ambulance. How selfish.
Of course, they are. They just want betterment of their community and are forgetting about the country.
All these women, farmers, backwards are so childish and so selfish. Where is our nation going?
The viewpoints you just saw were only two voices out of hundreds of crores of Indians who believe that protesters are selfish and childish when they sit for days without food. Are they selfish? Are the people who believe that any people's problem can be solved when a law or scheme is implemented? Selfish are those who, instead of understanding the problem, shame those who do.
Today, on the 76th Republic Day, when we have 75 years of law to protect us, we are still discriminated. Shouldn't we be ashamed? Ashamed that a woman has to fight for what a man enjoys from his birth. Ashamed that our feeders, our farmers are being tortured by debt traps. Ashamed that we make some workers feel subordinate to others when both of them are working just to feed their families. And at last, shouldn't we be ashamed to forget our pledge every day to see every Indian as our brother and sister and continue to have discrimination lying within us?
Women are weak. They need laws to protect them, says the men. Farmers are the road blockers, say those well-fed. Sweepers and maids don't do any real work. They have no contribution towards the society, say those with so-called better professions. Dear men, if you really think you are strong, why don't you uplift women instead of pulling them down? And the persons with so-called better professions, if you really think sweepers and maids don't do any real work, then why don't you try and live without them a single day? And those well-nourished ones, don't forget that these road blockers are your feeders.
Even today, 65% of the women in India are dependent upon the man of their family for almost everything. The representation of the women in the parliaments all around the world continues to be negligible. The women continues to sacrifice everything in their lives, yet are being discriminated. Why is it so? Why do we keep stereotyping women as weaker, softer and subordinate to men? Why do we forget that they make up half of our population and are equally as important?
The situation is not much different with the people who provide our food. Our feeders, our farmers don't have food to eat themselves. They strive through the seasons. In the rain, they make sure that the crops don't flood. And in the summer, they make sure the crops don't dry. They toil through the fields day and night without guaranteed result. Yet, due to their effort, we are able to get food on our plates. But in spite of all their efforts, 11,298 farmers commit suicide each year. Why? Because they are stuck in a debt trap. The debt trap takes away everything that they own and their dignity. Is this really what they were supposed to do? Is this really their destiny?
Even when it comes to some people like earning a wage, there is still discrimination. People consider some professions to be better than others. People think that the job of sweepers, maids and cleaners are of very low level and person doing them is very lazy and not hardworking. Whereas in reality, they are also working hard day and night just to feed their families.
Ekyam balam samajasya tad bhavesa durlabham tasmat ekyam prasansati dridam rashtra hitashana. Unity holds the power, unity leads to win, and anyone who believes in the betterment of country believes in the power of unity. And as the father of our constitution, Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar has already said, that we are only divided by imaginary borderlines of differentiation, and there is nothing such line between us. What makes her a woman or him a man? What makes someone upper caste or someone lower to him? What makes someone important to the society and the other negligible? And who has put the labels of Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and Christian to us? We should remember that all of us have taken birth as humans, and that's what we are. And so we should continue to live together as a family and live for a better future.
वास्तविकता तो यह है कि हम सब स्वतंत्र होकर भी परतंत्र हैं। समाज में फैले तरह तरह के भेदभाव की भावनाओं ने हमें आपस में ही बांट रखा है। हमें लोगों के प्रति अपने देखने का नजरिया बदलना पड़ेगा। जब तक हम लोगों की मानसिकता नहीं बदलेंगे तब तक इस देश में समानता नहीं ला सकते। अंततः अपनी वाणी को विराम देते हुए मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि सोच बदलो, समाज खुद बदलेगा।
Had unanimously decided that they would work together for a better future. This is what India is. We are united in our diversities. Ayam Vicha Paroviti, Garna Laghu Chetsam, Udar Chaitanam, Vasudha Kutumbakam. This is mine and this is his, say the feeble-minded. The wise believe that the entire world is a family. This is the philosophy that us Indians shall prevail with. This is the philosophy that us, the youth of India, shall prevail with. There will always be differences among us of religion, caste and gender. What we shall do is to look past these differences, to see each other as persons, all worthy of respect. Then we shall really create a nation that is successful and every citizen of that country has respect.
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.